how easy is it then to make 2, 3, 4 drinks, 5 drinks, and then, oh, you know what? That whole day was lost. I feel kind of sorry for myself. I'm in this shit mood now, and now maybe tomorrow I'm not going to do anything. We go down this slippery slope very quickly.
Welcome back to the Dark Work Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Trucks. Today, our guest is Justin Cross. Now, Justin Cross comes from an interesting journey of life, from being like I was, the skinny kid who wanted to develop a sense of confidence and kind of going through the journey of life of navigating what it takes to do that. We both, at some point in time, landed on this idea of physical fitness, but he did a lot more with it in terms of not just going for the body, but also the mind and the heart. He has a really cool journey of going through the military, and then after the military, entering into a career that ended up being one that he realized wasn't for him, and he progressed on to do something that he'll tell you a little bit more about when we get into the episode, but it provided for him this filter to see life through, and more so how to be better. Not just for him, but now for the people he gets to serve in his Earn It All brand. So when you get in this episode, be prepared to have your mind opened up, your heart opened up, and maybe your lungs opened up if you go get a good workout afterwards. That's it. Let's get into the show. Hey, welcome into the Dark Work Podcast. Welcome back. I'm excited to dive into this conversation with an individual with a cool beard. I can't do the cool beard. My wife won't let me do it. I've tried. It doesn't come out as cool as that, man. It's all over the place. It's an afro on my face. But we're here with Justin Cross, and I'm excited to chat with you, man. I've seen the work you've done. Honestly, like, you're a person, I'm like, man, this is a guy that I could probably go have a beer with, although I don't drink too many beers. But I do want to dive into more of your humanity, what made you who you are. Because you do, I think what's cool is you serve in a high level, which really is what's needed. In our world, I think we have so many people showing what they've done, but nobody's saying, here's how you can become. And so I think we're going to hopefully have a good conversation in that realm. Yeah. So before we dive into all that fun stuff, I usually start with this kind of positioning of you as the awesome human you are, so people who are watching go, oh, I can get on board with this kind of person. So we're going to talk about the dark parts, because that's, I think, where people need most help. But I would love you to share, like, what's the light of your life right now? Like, what are the things that light you up, that you're excited about, that, like, when people want to talk about it, you're like, yeah, you bring yourself to the next level to speak of?
Man, we could talk, business all day long, but really the light of my life right now is especially my 5-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
I'm 40 years old, and
Same.
This is my first time. I have 2 stepdaughters that are 23, 24, so this is my first time raising this little tiny baby into
awesome.
Where she is now.
Yeah.
And just watching that development, watching her learn, and the excitement when I come home, and the bond we have is something that, it's first time experiencing it, and it is literally just changing my life every day.
That's super cool, man. It's the something bigger and more important than you.
100%. Like I said, I'm 40, and I have many, many more years to go.
Yeah.
But I know now, like, seeing her start to grow, I'm like, man, if something were to happen to me, I feel like I've done good. I've done what I need to do here. And now my life, for the rest of my life, is all about her and my wife.
Yeah.
Like, it's about setting them up to have the most, fruitful, wonderful life possible.
I dig it, man. I'm in the same boat right now.
Yeah.
I literally am focused on the family. I don't like leaving my house too much, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
It's and it's not that I don't love humanity. I love people. I love talking to people like yourself. But there's a sense of, like, we'll leave and we'll be like, hey, shake hands and be the kindred, like a good, but then you don't love me like my wife and my kids, and there's not that same depth of relationship. And so for all these things I do, and we've all done, it's like a certain point you get to that center point and go, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And when you're really there, like, you're really there, not just talking about it, but living it, it's, like, very fulfilling.
It really is.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing, which hopefully we can give some people that, because my guess you've gone through some muck to get there.
A lot.
Yeah, right? We all have those little.
Yeah.
So is there a point in time in your past where you can think to a point of, like, aspiring to what you have now? And I ask this because I want people to be able to put themselves maybe in your shoes and go, like, oh, I'm in that place, or I've been in that place. Like, is there a place where you aspire to have maybe the peace, the joy, the ability, the family, something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was in the Navy after high school for 4 years. Got out because I didn't want to be at sea forever.
Gotcha.
But then I got into classified aerospace programs for 10 years.
Okay.
And I did well. Like, I had a lot of fun doing a lot of top secret stuff.
Okay.
But while I was there, that's really where my biggest light bulb of my life went off, where I was said, you know what, I'm not going to stay on this quote unquote path, even though this is what I'm supposed to be doing, because I know I'm not going to be able to provide the way I want to for my family.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to sit here for 10 more years just to get that job.
Yeah.
That's what HR was telling me at the time, and all this stuff. So, I've been in that place of quote unquote doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Got the college degree, got the job, got the house, did all of that. And it was, making parents and everything proud and happy, but I was too comfy.
Gotcha.
I wanted more out of my life.
Yeah.
So for anyone that's like, all right, I get it. Like, I have a job or career. I've got something that's, affording me to be comfortable or secure, but I want more out of my life. Like there is a possibility you can get out of it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Like there's a lot of steps you got to take to do that potentially, but a lot of people I think feel stuck. And even if they're like doing okay, at some point in their life, they're like, man, I'm just not fulfilled. I know I want more. And it doesn't even have to do with like fancy cars or anything. It's just like, I want to be able to just, pick my family up and go wherever the hell I want to go.
A little more control and freedom.
Yeah.
I'd agree, man. I think it's interesting because there's a book by, I think, a woman named Tamara Lowe called Get Motivated. It talks about like drives, needs, and like awards and that kind of thing. And some people, they need to know that they're secure and set, and some like they need variety and some need stability.
Right.
I'm like you, I'm a variety human is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Like I need a sense of stability. And if I live properly, I have stability, but I need to not know what's happening next week. It drives me insane. But like my best friend in the world, love him to death. He is happy knowing that he has 12 more years before he retires.
Yeah, it's great.
He doesn't want more.
Sure.
And I found there's also a peace to that. When he's at peace with that, I'm good. But if someone's sitting here listening and going like, I need more, we're on the same page then.
And like you said, like if that's what somebody wants, that's great.
Yeah.
And honestly, that is a much easier route than ditching that.
Yeah.
Because I ditched that aerospace job about 10 years ago, 10 years ago. And it has been an absolute roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like a lot of fun, a lot of, wins, but also the darkest spots.
How'd you leave the Matrix? Like how'd you jump out of it? I don't know if the Matrix is the right word, but how'd you leave that?
Yeah, Matrix is a
secure
great
job,
word.
everything good. Like how'd you find the propulsion to jump out of it? I use that. That's like a airline thing maybe. I don't know.
No, it's good. It's good. So yeah, dude, at the time, everything was going perfectly. I had my name painted on the side of a F-35 fighter jet.
Dang,
like
okay.
I owned this dang jet. I had dozens of people that were, working for me and getting a lot of awards, having a lot of fun. So I applied for another big position above me and essentially won that interview. Like I had the experience and I've already done that in a way. So the director calls me into his office and he goes, hey, Justin, you won the interview. I want you for the job. I know you can do an awesome job at this.
Yeah.
It's like, sweet, let's keep this rolling, you know? And he goes, but, I was like, well, what do you mean, but? He goes, HR says you need another 10 to 15 years experience, even though you've already done that job, before you can actually have it. So he goes, I can't give it to you. And literally to answer your question, that's when my light bulb went off. And I was like, well, dang. There was a ceiling right away. The red tape, the ceiling, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I've been doing so good up until now where I was just leapfrogging, just moving, making moves, just kicking ass and everything. And when I hit that ceiling, it's like my eyes just opened up and I went, man, okay, I wanted that job, but I am not willing to wait 10 years for it.
Yeah.
And then I started to look beyond that and I was like, you know what? Even if I stayed here and they waived that and I crushed it, where would I be in 10 years, in 20 years? And I looked if I got to the the VP level, and I was like, I still don't want that.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful that that happened because it allowed me to go, okay, I'm going to bet on me and I'm going to go do something else. But most people, like, I don't know what it takes, for a lot of people to finally say enough is enough, but that was my enough is enough moment.
Yeah, finally woke up to it. And it's funny because some people have those moments, and I'm guaranteeing it's even probably the same realm that had that moment. Okay, they lock in for 10 more.
Right.
And it's tough because it's kind of that thought of, you ever seen, like they talk about the lions that are caged and the ones that are in the wild, like after a while that glaze goes over the eyes. And,
Totally.
And so if you don't break out of that, man, you settle into that whole flow.
Right.
So now that you have this moment, the light bulb wakes up. While someone probably has the same light bulb, what pushed you into action to change it? Did you just leave? And like, what did it look like when you left?
I think I quit and left within 6 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That quick, huh?
So I had 3 classes left before I would have had a master's in aeronautical science, ditched that.
Okay.
We had just built a brand new house. We sold that. Left one of my stepdaughters in California with her dad.
Yeah.
And we just made a huge chop.
Huge chop, it sounds
Huge chop. I went down to SDSU and got a whole other certification down there because I was going to move out here to open a brewery. Like,
Okay.
that's how different I went.
That's way off, man.
Way different, right? We
So
didn't
you
do
had
the
somewhat
brewery.
of a plan, not 100% plan.
Yeah, but there's a couple things I tell people all the time is what you said is a plan.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if they're in this position, they're like, look, I do want to get out of what I'm doing. I want more.
Yeah.
Well, don't just jump out. Like, make a plan first. So I always tell people, make a real plan.
Yeah.
Like, study the industry you want to get into. Research where it's been, where it is now, where people think it's going, and really become an expert at it, but do it quickly. Like, that's not an excuse to just sit and research and think and plan
chill all day
forever,
long,
because that's nothing will ever happen there.
Yeah.
So make a great plan is step number 1. But one of the things I've learned along my career is be ready to throw that plan in the trash.
Yeah.
Keep the North Star of where you want to go, but just because you put all this time into this plan, just be okay with having to pivot, maybe scrap it, and still go towards your
Perfect
North
the
Star.
plan along the way.
But that's what I think step one people need to do is identify what they want. Like this is one of the toughest questions for people to answer is like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Like if you just ask yourself, what do I want? No parameters.
Yeah.
What do I want?
It's tough.
Like
We know what we don't want.
that's
We
right.
know what you want is different. How does somebody find out what they want?
You gotta get internal with yourself. You gotta think about it. And I walk people through this little scenario all the time. Like imagine waking up with your perfect life. Like open your eyes. Where are you?
Yeah.
Is there anybody in your bed? Like what are the sheets like? Is there any sound outside? Are the doors open? Is it hot? Is it cold? Like what is it? And then go through your house, or maybe it's not even a house. Maybe it's outside. Just go through wherever you wake up, and then go about what you think your perfect day would be like. What are you eating? What are you drinking? Who's around you?
Yeah.
If you drive, because maybe people don't want to. What are you driving? All that stuff.
Yeah.
But try to identify what really makes you feel truly happy and fulfilled. Because people a lot of times don't do that. They think they know what they want. They think I want 200 grand a year. Or they put some number on something. They think that's going to afford me the things that I want. Like, no, that's not what it is. You need to identify what is going to truly make you happy internally.
Yeah.
And then we can back up and figure out how much money you need to get there or what path you need to get on.
It's actually a good exercise. There's a lot of studies that have been done that tied like someone visualizing something. Like they put someone in a Porsche at one point and said, okay, you're going to turn the engine on, and they would have them feel the engine and smell the letter, right? And then they had them get out of that, and it would trigger, see what the brain was triggering. They would have them go somewhere else separate, and then they would talk them through the same experience, and the brain triggered the exact same area. So it's like you couldn't really tell the difference. And the reason I say that's because if you just say 200 grand, but you don't attach it to something, the brain can't really engage with it. And then also it's like that, it's called perseveration. My wife does a bunch of stuff in special needs, and so it's this word is like it'll perseverate and like freak out over like the game, right? But that's what allows us to actually move almost subconsciously towards the thing we want most.
Yeah.
So if you just say 200 grand, it's like, all right, but then I'm not going to sacrifice for that.
Right.
But if I know the house and the cars and the clothes and the body weight, my brain's making decisions subconsciously towards this thing, and eventually, oh, it's magically here.
Right.
But you saw it before you actually built it the right way.
And the funny thing about money is, like, if you never had 200 grand, once you get it, you realize, oh man, this is not what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Or a million, put any number on it.
Yeah, really.
Once you get this arbitrary number, once you get there, especially if you've never had it, you probably are going to realize this is not exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe you got different cars, a different house, and these kind of things, but if you haven't really gone towards the path that is going to make you happy, none of that stuff is going to do it for you.
None of it matters. I had a guest on earlier today, and he says a lot of people are incredibly rich and wealthy, but they're bankrupt in their lives.
Yeah.
So you get these things that are great, and they realize like, oh, my marriage sucks, my body sucks, I'm not in a great place, and it's kind of a whole, I guess, coming back to center point, and usually you come back to the same point of like, what really makes me happy.
Right.
So you're actually helping them not have to go through the circle to get back to the center point, but start there to go in the right place in the beginning. So you go through this journey, you come back, you got this brewery idea. Do you actually open the brewery?
We did not.
What'd you do?
Couple things.
Okay.
So I moved out here to do the brewery.
All right.
I got here, my partner had started a solar company.
Okay.
Couldn't do the brewery thing anymore. So worked with him at solar for a while, and then I did go on my own brewery path on my own.
Okay.
But now, like, another thing that we didn't talk about yet, my entire life I've always been obsessed with my own personal fitness.
Okay.
So I was a skinny kid growing up. I hated getting picked on. I didn't like any of the comments about like, oh, you can eat whatever you want, never gain a pound. Like that drove me nuts, So I was always working out. That carried through the Navy, obviously, and throughout the rest of my life. So fitness is always a huge part of me.
Yeah.
Then I got into this brewery thing. So I started to merge the two together, which might sound a little weird, but I found brewers and beer bloggers and people in that world that are surrounded by free booze and parties and all this stuff that like were not taking care of themselves. So I started to help those people, and I ended up opening Peak Nutrition at 64th Street in Greenway.
Okay.
If you know that nutrition store.
Yeah.
I opened that with my good friend James Stratman. So I'm not there anymore. He's has a couple stores now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I basically started there, opening that nutrition store, and then from that, my two big interests at the time, fitness and this brewery idea, launched my first company, which is Earn Your Booze.
Earn Your Booze. I like it. This is so funny. So my brother was in the military, went to the Navy for 4 years.
Okay.
He then left. He's now in the Army, retires in 3 years.
Oh, cool.
We've had a lot of talks about what he's done, what's he gonna do. And like right now you got a new property in like Georgia somewhere, and he's like raising his goats. He's loving it. I'm like,
That's
cool, raising his goats.
Yeah.
But he goes, I'd love to do this idea. I go, what's the idea? He goes, I wanna open a gym where you can work out, and it's a bar, and I'm gonna call it Dad Bod. And he says, all we're gonna have is stuff for bicep curls and arms and shoulders.
Man.
He's like, no, it's like a joke.
We got to get connected.
Yeah, he's hilarious. But he's like, he's the same thing. Like you're literally saying things. I've had this conversation. I'm like, it must be a military thing. Everyone wants to drink and get in shape, but I get it. It's cool. So you create this idea of like, earn your booze, and what does that turn into?
That kind of took off right away. I think because it was so weird. You know,
Yeah, it is
people weren't
interesting,
It's like, wait, fitness and what are you talking about, right?
Yeah.
Because within the first like year and a half, we landed in Men's Health magazine. We were in Chilled magazine, Liquor.com, Small
Nice.
Business Journal, you name it.
Yeah.
It kind of took off. Because one thing we realized was all these liquor brands, especially now, most of them want to have some sort of like health initiative or a fitness thing, right?
Yeah.
They want to be seen as, you know, kind of that fun, active brand.
Yeah.
But they can't because they make a carcinogen, they make booze.
Yeah.
So they realized when we came on the scene that a third party can do it. They could sponsor Earn Your Booze events and get credit for it.
Wow.
So it didn't take long until we had a list of, I mean, basically everybody, the big portfolio brands like Diageo, Pernod Ricard, like all these different brands. And then whittled down, we worked with Jack Daniels, Kettle One, Corona, like you name it, a ton of these brands.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. Like we
cool.
launched in 2017. We were traveling all across the country, speaking at all the bartending conventions and really just spreading what Earn Your Booze means. What it essentially means, one, prioritize your health.
Yep.
Get as healthy as you possibly can in all regards: nutrition, hydration, movement, sleep, blood work, supplementation, whatever it is. Dial your health in. Also, take care of your responsibilities. If it's family, if it's work, like whatever it is, make sure that stuff's handled first. And then be a good person. And if you do decide to drink, treat it as a reward and not something you do to mask an issue or something that you just do and overindulge in.
That makes sense.
So we started spreading that everywhere.
My guess is it wasn't easy though, because I know it wasn't.
Yeah.
But the idea is, I just had this idea and it took off. And I'm traveling the country, like I'm sure there was a lot of stuff that had to get done and built in the background.
Oh yeah.
Because I know we usually get to that point, people will talk about the business success, but that doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen easily. Do you mind sharing with us some of the things that you went through that at the time there was nobody, giving you a pat in the back and, high-fiving you, but it was necessary to get to the level of success you guys had?
Right. So thankfully I had some good mentors along the way. My dad had me reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad and all these books as I was growing up, even in like middle school and everything. Yeah. So that was always in the back of my head. Og Mandino and all these things.
Yeah, great salesman.
Yeah, exactly. So starting that business, I did what I mentioned earlier. I made a plan. I just brain dumped everything I could possibly think of what this business would be and how it would be successful, what potential pitfalls there were. And I really pulled my aerospace engineering experience out from what I did for 10 years in aerospace into business. And I basically just looked at everything with no emotion. I said, how am I going to be successful? What's possibly going to take us down? Like, what are all these things? Identified it, made the business plan, and right off the bat did a bunch of intellectual property.
Okay.
I think we have close to 40 trademarks right now. Earn your, basically fill in the blank everything. Yeah. But one of the guys that helped me, I didn't know him at the time. One of the guys that helped me get out of it was Andy Frisella at First Form, was listening to the MFCEO project. So I give him a lot of credit for helping me like mentally be okay with making such a big leap. Yeah. And being prepared for, like you're getting at, like a lot of failures, a lot of tough times, a lot of dark times. Because, especially in the beginning, you're right. Like it's fun and it's exciting to get an LLC and get your first shirt sold and stuff like that. But man, on that back end, it's very easy to realize, oh man, I have way farther to go than I thought I did, So I'm always going to be a student. I've always been learning from people.
We all should be.
Always. But basically trademarked everything. Smart. And I tried to do everything the right way the first time. Like went right to Shopify, didn't do like a cheaper type thing. Hired a good web developer and really just try to build my foundation super, super strong. Even though I wasn't exactly sure, what vertical we were going to take, I wanted my foundation to be set because I always am looking down the road. Like if I'm going to do such a good job at this brand that somebody wants to buy it, like a big multi-billion-dollar liquor brand,
to buy it,
dude, I got to make sure I'm protected. Yeah. So that's how I started, and that's how I treat everything in business now is with the foundation, super solid foundation. Make sure that we are solid with what we do at the core of business before we get too excited and just try to blow it up.
How much of that stuff did you have to go and like actually get people involved in? So Like I'd say with the Dark Brook, we have like I think 9 different trademarks for things we do, and so I'm in the same boat of like I've had the other ones in the past, so I know what you got to do to get it set up. So we're doing that, and I definitely have people I touch base with, ask questions of.
Yeah.
How much of what you do is self-made, and how much is it of like other insights and other people like giving you feedback to make sure you get this stuff done properly?
I mean, I'm absorbing information from people all the time.
Yeah.
Like especially in the beginning, that was in 2017.
Yeah.
I mean, I was always in podcast, always reading books, always. Like I didn't really even do anything too much for fun at the time. Like,
I get it.
You just gotta be real with that,
phase,
But dude, like in the end, like I have to make the decision, but I insist on being surrounded by smart people.
Yeah.
Like Adam is here. Like Adam's our head coach at Earn It All, which has evolved from Earn Your Booze.
Yeah.
We have Rob. We have a lot of advisors like Tyler, who was just on. Like I'm always learning from other people and leaning on other people. So I learned, especially through aerospace and then into business, that like I don't want to be the guy that has all of the ideas. I don't want to be. There's too much, especially in a dynamic brand. I want input from a lot of people.
Yeah.
I want to hear from a lot of people,
That's
and ultimately
maturity,
I'll like, okay, I think this guy has the right idea. Good, you get credit for that. This is what the company's doing now.
That's like a big maturity teamwork thing, though. Most people can't do that.
They can't.
My wife can't do this. I know because I watch her firsthand. She's an amazing business, but her thing is like I don't even give her insights on what I think.
Yeah.
Good job, hon. Right. How did you get to the point of being able to take the insights and actually? Because while we know that other people have more ideas or maybe different ideas than us, sometimes letting them run with it isn't something most people can do. They have to be the person in charge.
Right.
Did you have to battle that in the beginning, or you immediately were like, I'm gonna let this thing kind of be what it is?
I was like that in the beginning.
It's good.
I think because my teamwork, especially from Navy and aerospace, was so team focused. But to kind of answer that, like, especially if you're getting into business, us dudes especially, we need to check our egos.
Yeah, smart.
We really do. Like, we might be in great shape and think we have the best ideas and we're motivated and we've put the money in to do the trademarks and all this stuff, but doesn't mean we have the right idea to scale. Doesn't mean we have the right idea for anything.
Yeah.
So if you can surround yourself with a team, advisors, partners, however the business is structured, you got to listen to them.
Yeah,
you got to ask questions.
My first year's in, so it's funny you're saying this. So I literally got in, and I got in the NFL, got out of the NFL, hurt got my shoulder injured, came home and opened this gym business.
Yeah.
And first, opened it up. I know what I'm doing. I got a degree in kinesiology. I played in the NFL. It's gonna be amazing, Jim, right? And I'm running this thing. 9 months in, I get served with eviction because I couldn't pay rent. I couldn't run it. First thing I did is I don't know what to do. I had no money. I hired a guy named Pat. I'm like, Pat, I need your help, man.
Yeah.
And the realization was when I was one of the highest level athletes in the world, I still had a coach because I could see what's in front of me, but I can't see the whole field.
Right.
So I needed someone that could see the field and then direct me properly to apply my skill set. So it's very common, I think, across the board when it comes, especially I think business is very competitive as well in the same manner.
I mean, everyone should have a coach, if not multiple coaches.
I agree, I do.
I think a fitness and a health coach, someone to hold you accountable and really just look at you from the outside, right? Yeah. Business coach for sure. Like I've been in something called Lions Not Sheep with Sean Whalen for probably over 3 years now, I think.
Yeah.
And it's worked out so well for me to be able to learn that I can now help teach other people.
Yeah.
I've spoken at Lions Not Sheep events 2 years now, and it's because of I think my ability to take in information from others,
and act on it,
use it, and then like my thing says here, action over words.
I like it.
Most people talk.
Yeah.
So that's especially in business, man. Like action, action, action. You cannot research enough to figure it out, no matter what it is. You can't.
Yeah. You can tinker all day, you'll never get the answers. There's a guy,
right.
Jim Quick says, the mark of a successful human is that person that can translate information into action rapidly.
Correct.
Like it's a beautiful thing, and so I'm like, all the information I want to ask you a million questions on, it's going to be answered for me tenfold when I do the thing.
Right.
So
Rapidly is the key word.
Yeah, do it.
That's right.
It may fall apart, it may break, but that you learn better, and then over time that is less likely to fall apart.
Yeah.
And then if it does, then you just get back up and do it again. You figure it out. But there is something about that. So I don't know who told me this statement, but I love it. It's called shelf esteem. People get information, they put them in books, they buy the book, they buy the course, they learn the thing, but then it sits on the shelf of their mind or their house or their inbox and never gets actually put into action. So,
I call them success zombies.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I see these same people year after year showing up at this seminar, this seminar, posting this podcast, posting this book, buying this new shirt, this new hat. And while I'm a huge advocate of learning from other people that are where you want to go, dude, at some point you have to put in the work.
Yeah.
Like I tell new business people all the time, like you cannot research your way to success. You have to jump into the fire,
Yeah.
make decisions, live with the ramifications of those decisions, good, bad, or otherwise.
Yeah.
You just have to get in. You have to operate. You have to be an operator.
I agree. We're going to take a quick break, and I want to dive in more to this Earn It All brand we got going on. Real quick, we're going to take a look at a message from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Where are you falling short of your full potential in life, and what is it costing you? See, one thing we rarely measure is the cost of our inaction. See, there's so many things set for your life that if you don't lean in and get them done, they're going to pass you by. And the truth is, it's not because you don't know what to do. It's because you are not at the level to do it. You cannot attain or sustain a vision for your life above your current identity. But what is your current identity? What should you do to make a shift in that identity? Well, the goal is you have to do the dark work, but the right dark work. To figure out where your identity is now and what dark work you must do, go to darkworkassessment.com, take the assessment, and let it clear the path for you so you can find out how to shift into your dominator's identity with a mentality of, I have done too much work in the dark to lose in the light. Darkworkassessment.com, figure out where you're at. Let's get back to the episode.
All right, we're back with my man, Justin Cross. We're going to dig a little bit more into the brand of Earn It All. And really, I want to find out from your perspective, what is this brand? What's it built for? And then I want to understand like how it got built.
Yeah. Well, let's look overall at the state, I think, of just humanity, especially in this country. Like, we're supposed to be the land of the free and home of the brave.
True.
Most people out there are basically sick.
Mm-hmm.
They're sick mentally, they're sick physically, and we're becoming the land of the lazy and people that are looking for handouts. So I mentioned that not for anything to do with politics, but because the reason to turn that around is to start with us as the individual. Mm-hmm. So at Earn It All, we are basically implementing an earn it mentality into every part of your life, starting with your physical fitness, because what comes from physical fitness upgrades? Mental upgrades, confidence, drive, energy, basically everything. A whole new person can come from what we do with this body.
I agree, man. You ever read the book by Dr. John Rady called Spark?
No.
I'll pick it up. You'd love it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It'll line up the science behind what you just said too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the times we get people in on a physical fitness program, and what we're really doing is we're tricking them by using the body to force their mind to another level, to force their mind into submission, to either believe more in themselves or get over something that they've been dealing with.
Yeah.
The easiest way to do it is to use the body.
I agree.
So we're starting with the individual, because if we can affect positive change in like you and in me, let's say just us as individuals, what happens? Our kids see that, our wives see that, our neighbors see that, like the people we work with see that, and that can spread.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff spreading. I want to be at least partially responsible for spreading that earn it mentality and spreading health, spreading confidence, and spreading these positive things, because it's so easy. I'm sure you can see it anywhere, how fast negativity spreads. So if we can make people more resilient and stronger at the individual level, that is how we're going to fight against, the basically a wrong direction.
I get it. How does somebody go into that realm where the majority of people are only, because what you're framing the fitness at, it's not about weight loss. It's not about getting into the jeans. It's not about, I don't know, looking good in your Ferrari, right? I think the idea you're talking about is it's feeling centered in you.
Yes.
How do you get someone to desire that when maybe they've never had it before?
So you do usually have to start a lot of people with the weight loss or what their goal is.
Yeah, what they desire,
So we'll ask them that, like, what's your goal? If someone says, I need to lose 50 pounds or 100 pounds. Okay, cool. Like, I get that. I see why you want to lose that. But why do you really want to change?
Yeah.
What is it? And if you can really get them, like we talked about earlier, to identify like what they want, if we can really dive in, you're probably going to find out it's because this guy's wife doesn't believe in him anymore. And he thinks, probably rightfully so, that if he can get his ass in shape and show up for her stronger and more confident, that's going to help there. And it will. Because the more that we level up ourselves, the more we can level up everyone and everything around us.
I agree. You're more in line for people to actually pay attention to you.
Yeah.
There's also that sense of pride that.
Totally.
So the thing about fitness is that, so my idea of the Dark Work brand is actually born of my training when I was a 15-year-old kid. And what it was is, and you may like this, is I got to this point where I got in the football field. Because of what I did for 7 months. I was a skinny kid. I was the former foster kid. I was a poor kid. I couldn't afford stuff. And these kids had nicer cleats and they had football gloves and all these things that I couldn't touch and have. And remember this mentality of like, I'm gonna go work. I'm just gonna work. So I started lifting weights. When I got in the football field 7 months later, after this one season, I had this different internal guy. And what it was is, it was my touchdown, my tackle, it was my play. And the mentality was, I've done too much work in the dark to lose in the light. It was this like guttural sense of like, I pushed past barriers. I have actually never heard anybody put what you said a minute ago in such clear, concise words to what I've been trying to tell people. Usually what I say is I go, there's no more intimate connection between your body and what you do with that and how you show up in the world externally. Right. You said it beautifully. I love it. But that's the thing I think that people are not paying attention to is it's not the fat loss. It is the showing up and your wife looks at you and goes, I see you, honey.
Right.
Or like your husband going, you look good today. Like those
Right.
little things, it just lights you up a little different. And yes, I love that you're talking about earning it because you have to earn it. I can't give it to you. You can't give it to them. Like you have to go get it yourself.
Especially when it comes to our health and physical fitness, like it cannot be bought.
At all.
Sure, you can hire trainers and you can buy, peptides and all these different things, but like you have to put in the work.
You have to do it.
You have to earn it.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is so beautiful about it. Like when somebody has it, when they really show up proud of themselves.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even mean you have to have a six pack.
Yeah.
Like somebody might go from 300 pounds to 200 and they are just walking on cloud nine. You feel that.
Yeah, you do.
Like
you
someone walks in that room, like even if the world perceives them still as being fat, no, you're going to see that person in person just glowing.
Yeah.
And that's a huge win for
Full
them.
Lizzo energy, huh? Where did you have to earn it? Like if you're the one teaching this, right? I'm assuming there's a spot where maybe you were at a place of having to feel like you had to earn it back, or did you never have that, or what was it like in your journey?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up like you just said. Like I was always this tall, skinny kid.
Yeah.
Drove me nuts. I was a band nerd.
Yeah.
Like
really?
Yeah.
You play an instrument?
Yeah, I did trumpet.
Okay. I couldn't do any instruments. I had the tuba in 6th grade, and I was horrible at it.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah. After high school, man, I was either gonna go play jazz trumpet in college, or do something else. And I didn't want to do any more college. 9/11 had just happened about a year prior, and so I essentially went from, in my own mind, this is why I had to really earn it. Went from being a skinny band nerd over to being in the Navy, floating around the world.
Yeah.
Trying to do something about what had happened on 9/11. So for me, it was always confidence, and I wanted to be stronger. I wanted guys to see me and like cool. I want that guy on my football team.
I get it.
So that was for me. Like it was always an internal thing for me. But I loved it. I found that like you said, that I loved that it's dark work. I remember like being probably in maybe like freshman year in high school, being in my room, like I didn't have a weight set. This is before I even got to a gym. I just had, it's probably like a 5-pound like blue plastic weight, something my mom probably had,
Yeah.
And I would just sit there and just do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of curls off my bed.
Yeah.
I was obsessed. And I'd go find this little tiny weight in the back, and I was always doing forearms and all this stuff.
All those stuff, yeah.
And that was my dark work. And then when I would go out, to baseball practice or a party or birthday party, whatever it was, I got to essentially show that off.
Yeah.
And it was great because I knew that it was just me.
Yep.
There was no social media. I wasn't doing it for anyone else other than me. That was my dark work.
I get it, man. And the thing is cool about it is it actually is an amplification of what you already are.
Yeah.
Because see, what I told you of that 7 months of window, I wasn't much faster. I wasn't much stronger. Like I wasn't much bigger, but I was mean.
Yeah.
It was an amplification of what I think when you do this stuff, you actually, you're talking to, it may not be for the six packs, but you amplify who you are so much, you fully utilize the potential you have and then some.
You get that edge.
Yeah, man, that's the thing, because if it's me versus you, if I've done some work, like it's the difference between someone in a ring for a boxing match going, I tried some boxing, and someone going, I'm a boxer.
Right.
The person that's, I'm a boxer, you ain't beating that person.
No.
You can be bigger, stronger, doesn't matter, but they're gonna die. They're gonna be Rocky. If you think
That's right.
They're not gonna let you
That's
beat
right.
them, and that's, I love the idea of it's earned it all, because it's almost like the brand's connected in a cool way, is that's really what it is. It's something you have to earn. And it's not a thing where, maybe I'm wrong in this, but I think in the beginning it's sometimes difficult. You're like, gosh, I want to sacrifice for it. I'm sure no one you've ever worked with has gone through the process and gone, it wasn't worth getting in better shape and getting stronger and faster, more confident. Like,
Never.
it's always worth it at the end.
It's always worth it. Yeah, you mentioned sacrifice, and there is a word to be, I mean, you could use that, right? Because we do have to give a lot up sometimes, especially to climb a big mountain until we get to the top.
Yeah.
But I like to use the word invest instead of sacrifice. So if someone is like, maybe they're used to partying every weekend, or they have a boat, and that's kind of what they do for fun, and they're like, man, I have to sacrifice going out and drinking and going on the boat. No, you're going to invest time into getting your body healthier.
Yeah.
You're going to invest into you. So if you think about it, investing in yourself, like how much is too much investment in yourself? I mean,
Never too much.
None. Like you can always invest more in yourself. So sacrifice, we do like to use that in suffering sometimes,
get
like
it.
when we're in the weeds.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
someone's like, all right, Justin, all right, Adam, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, I need a major change, beat me up, I'll do whatever you say.
Yeah.
That's when we say, okay, sometimes maybe even write suffer on your mirror. Like, if you're really, like, let's own it.
Yeah.
Like, let's do this dark work. Like, we're acknowledging it sucks. We're acknowledging that this is very, very difficult mentally, physically, and we are kind of suffering through it.
Yeah.
But as long as you remember, like, no, this is still an investment in me, because when you get to the end, nobody says, man, I wish I didn't do that.
Yeah, ever.
Nobody.
Yeah, I love the reframe. It's actually a good psychological thing. You ever heard the idea of, like, if your kid plays a bunch of video games, you say, hey, get off the video games. Well, they get off, but they're still thinking about video games. But if they say, hey, go in the backyard, shoot 100 baskets.
Yeah.
I'm shooting 100 baskets, while at the same time, I'm also not in the video games.
Right.
But a reframe of the focus allows that thing to be taken care of while something more positive is taking place.
That's right. Puts a focus on something else. It works on my 5-year-old.
Yeah.
This just happened this week. She'd been getting into a habit of getting up, turning on something on TV, waiting for breakfast and stuff like that. And I talked to her. She's 5, but I talked to her and I was like, hey, look, we're not going to watch TV in the morning anymore. Why not, Dad?
Yeah.
And I explained to her, because we need to make sure that your show and tell is ready, that your hair is done, that you have the clothes on that you want. These little things that matter to her.
Yeah.
And then just yesterday, she goes, we're getting ready to get in the car. She goes, Daddy, I didn't watch TV today. She was actually
She's aware of
excited
it.
she didn't watch TV.
That's cool.
Because it was reframed and it gave her a different thing to do, a different purpose.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to do it, man. Look at that. It's almost like it's accidental, but it never is. It's always intentional at the same
That's right.
time.
That's right.
So who is the kind of person, obviously I could say, like, who's the best person to work with, but I don't like looking at it that way. I want someone to go like, oh, that is me. Who is a person that whenever you typically come in, you see they're battling the same issue, or maybe they have the same demon they're battling, that when someone, because I think sometimes we can get accustomed to the evil that we know is better than the evil that we don't. People get used to just enduring situations in life and going through it, and then it's not till someone wakes them up and goes, oh, wow, that is me, that they go, it's time for a change. Do you know, like, or have you noticed, like, similar traits of individuals who come in who finally hit that moment and gone, like, it's a wake-up call, I got to change?
I mean, a lot of the times, especially when it comes to health, people reach a point where they're disgusted with themselves or they're sick.
Yeah.
But that's so dangerous because a lot of people don't recover from that.
It's true.
Like, you wait for a stroke or a heart attack or, diabetes to set in or something like that. Like,
late.
dude, a lot of the times it's going to be way harder. So
bad knees, bad back from the weight, you can't, once you
yeah,
lay on it,
exactly. I mean, because an injury is one thing. Like, we don't want to be injured. So we try to prevent all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, most people that come in, dude, I tell them this: like, if you have even just a tiny bit of belief in yourself, if you can lean into that, like, you know what, I actually think I can do this. I can, even if you're not super convinced. We call our people in our group elite earners.
Okay.
And at the end of every coaching call on Tuesday night, we say, I am elite. Everyone unmutes on Zoom and we yell, I am elite.
Yeah.
But I tell them all the time, I'm like, hey, look, even if you don't feel like you've reached that status yet, you are an elite earner because you're here. You've committed to the work. You're on this path. You're on this journey. And just anchoring in that little bit of belief sometimes is all it takes for the real person to come out of their shell and unlock and go in.
I like it. And then you extrapolate that. I love you having that statement's actually kind of cool because you say I am, it's telling the brain this is who I am.
That's right.
And the funny is, human beings can do this so much more. I got a friend, Mel Robbins, her thing is like the high five habit. You go into the mirror and you high five yourself. And it's connection you have with yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you did this thing, you're talking about you're doing bicep curls. My dad was a welder, still is. He welded this dumbbell that was like all cockeyed, like it was like tilted.
Yeah.
But I would do bicep curls too. And I
Cool.
remember when I had this moment of like, I'm gonna be great. I looked myself in the eyes and I made this, I'm gonna be great.
Right.
I was just talking to myself at 15, like a weird dude in the mirror.
Right.
But the idea is when you actually do that, you start to have this conversation and ingrain something more unique, and you start to build into a way of alignment.
Right.
And Jonathan Fields is a guy that I know. He has this cool thing called the Sparketypes. And he talks about how like human beings have this interesting tie to alignment, which is when we believe we are something, it's identity level, whatever it is, I will, in the face of glaring proof, still fight for my aligned position, even if I'm wrong. I gotta be in alignment. So when you say I am elite and I start ingraining that, I'm gonna stay aligned to that in ways that I won't even pay attention to consciously, but it's happening behind the snes.
Yeah, if people are hesitant to talk to themselves like that, like, dude, we're talking to ourselves all day long anyway.
All the time.
So what are you actually telling yourself? A lot of people are not very nice to themselves.
No.
They're beating themselves up.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of belief. They're reaffirming that. They're talking shit to themselves.
Yeah.
So if they can get into the habit of, I love as you said, the mirror, like high five in the mirror, talk in the mirror.
Yeah.
Like before big meetings, I will go look myself in the mirror and tell myself, I'm a badass mofo. I don't know if we cuss on here or not. Like,
Yeah.
I'll say it over and over and over. And I'll tell myself that, like, these people want to work with me. They want this deal. They want this contract. Like, and then, like, you have to sometimes go, like if you're trying to level up, especially, right?
Yeah.
If I'm going to get a contract that's bigger than I've ever had before, and I'm kind of like, oh man, this is cool, but like, I'm stretching myself here. Like, I will even talk to myself and put myself like above where I know I need to be. Like, they're lucky to have me in the room. They need me, you know, and all this and that. But then when we go to the meeting, that doesn't come out.
Yeah, I get it.
When I go to the meeting, I listen. I love to listen. I let other people speak, very humble, and I'm very clear with what I want.
Yep.
But if I don't have that talk beforehand, that's where a lot of people get the butterflies, they get sweaty, they stumble, they stutter.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh man, this is not the person we need for this contract.
I get it. The energy needs to be there. Dude,
Needs to be.
I was just, what was this on? Because the idea was, you ever seen Ted Lasso?
No.
I just watched it recently. It's pretty good.
Okay.
But he goes in, like, there's a lady, Rebecca, and she's like, before meeting, she gets real big in the mirror, right?
Yeah.
But there's a level you have to play past. So when I played football, I watch this and I go, remind me when I used to play. I remember one time I was at the Steelers going to play against the Ravens, like a scrimmage. And in my head, I had to tell myself, I'm better than Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
He's across the field. I'm better than I genuinely had to convince myself of this.
Totally.
Now, I'm not saying I will go out there and be like, Ray, I'm better than you. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Right? But to
You don't
tap
wanna
into
target.
that part, you gotta tap into that, because if you don't do that, you leave something on the table. And then I think it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of I'm less than whatever X is because I didn't come with that energy.
Yeah.
And so I love you're talking about this, show up and talk to yourself, almost like convince yourself of something crazy for a minute.
Yeah.
Because it's not normal.
The battle is won before you ever get on the field.
Yeah.
You ever heard that one? Like, I love that. I think it's Sun Tzu.
Yeah.
Like, you win the battle before you even step onto the battlefield.
Truth.
And another one that along these lines is like, it's better to be a gardener
In a war. Yeah. No, it's better to be a warrior in a garden.
There you go. Yeah. Like, dude, I just love all that.
Yeah.
You know, like, bleed in training.
Yeah.
Why? So you bleed less on the field, or you don't bleed
100%.
at all on the field, you know?
Dude, you're talking my language right now, man. I love it. I got a 14-year-old son, and he's about to play football at this big school called De La Salle in the Bay Area. And the thing I'm trying to get him to do is, like, I'm like, son, you're going to get out there, and what's going to happen on day one is everybody's going to be in good shape, right? But day 5, day 6, it's a separating day.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the person who spent all the offseason preparing that beats that guy out for the job.
Yeah.
It's not what you feel like doing on day 5. It's what you did on day 105 leading up to that.
Right. You nailed it. He put in the work. This is where we were talking about success zombies earlier, right?
Yeah.
Like, people can hear these quotes that we've been throwing around and been saying, and they get it. Like, they understand what it means. But then as soon as the podcast is over, they're just back to whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, if something resonates with a listener or us or whoever, I do this all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is fire. I like that. I will stop and say it over and over. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
How do I apply this to business? How do I apply this to me, to my life, to my mind?
Yeah.
Like, you have to take these things that you resonate with and put them into work. Otherwise, like, that earn is never going to happen.
This is there.
Like,
Yeah.
your son, he earned it. He's putting in that work.
That's it.
You know, so when he shows up on the field, it's obvious.
It is, and that's the thing I'm trying to get him to get. Because I tell him, I said, I'm not living through you. I'm not the vicarious dad.
Yeah.
But you say you want this. I can outline for you what it is.
Right.
And a lot of people say they want it. A famous philosopher said this. He says there's more people that want it than people that got it. His name is Drake. He's a rapper.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
But I love it. I'm like, it's truth. More people want it than those who got it. And the separation is work.
Yeah.
And even he talks about, he's like, last decade of my life, he's like, I don't have friends. I work, and you see greatness come of that. Now, there's different people that are his level that the world needs some tool sacrifice, right, or invest at that level.
Right.
It ain't gonna be me for that kind of stuff. But all humanity still has to do that input of work to get the output they desire.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And if we don't do it, who will?
Yeah, nobody else. He can do it
Nobody.
for us. Someone's coming to save you.
Yeah.
It's just it's a beautiful gift though too, because I find that, and maybe you find this in the work you do, when I give it to you, there's never that true appreciation or protection for it or bolstering of it. Like it sizzles and then it just dies.
Correct.
When somebody to fight to earn it, they lose it.
Correct.
In the sense of like losing the sense of I can't do this, I'm not capable. They lose all that and they gain so much more of the things that they didn't think they had in them in the first place. They're always there, but it had to be earned the whole time.
I mean, literally everything needs to be earned.
Yeah.
And I've gone through this in my own mind. I'm like, is there anything that doesn't need to be earned? And like, how about respect? How about, all these things? I'm like, no, all that does.
Yeah.
Like, why would I just expect you to respect me? We just met. I need to prove it to you now and for as long as we know each other.
Yeah.
And I will.
Yeah. It's an
You know?
integrity thing, man.
Like everything.
It's who you are.
Yeah. But it's always sweeter when you do earn it. And like we can go back to booze real quick, and like we barely even drink any, these days. You don't drink at all. I rarely do now. But like if somebody can just treat something as simple as a cocktail or a beer as a reward that they know they truly earned. They did everything they needed to do with business. The family's happy. Everything's said. There's nobody relying on them anything at the moment. Like they can check out a little bit.
Yeah.
It tastes so much better.
Yeah, I get it.
It tastes so much better.
I
But
get
if you
it.
got something that's like, man, I still needed to do that, or like, you know what I mean?
You feel guilty.
No, I feel guilty.
And
That's
it's,
right.
it'll compound. Mine's TV shows. Like I watch some
Yeah.
cool TV shows. Like I'm not gonna watch the show unless I get the workout and I do the stuff.
What's
But,
one of the shows?
I'm watching Shogun right now.
Okay.
You ever seen this? Oh, it's dope.
I'm gonna look up all these books and shows.
It's like,
and
yeah,
tell
dude. It's like Japanese Game of Thrones.
Oh,
I don't know how to
okay.
explain it, but there's something to it. And then also, like, whenever you think, this is what I like when it comes to the idea of like a self-love kind of thing. Because part of that, I think there's something to it. That I think people hear that self-love thing, they go like, oh, it's a woo-woo. But really, it's when I look at how I'm as a father, as a husband, as a coach, as a podcast host, right? These things I do them in a stance of like, I've got full confidence and love in myself. And so because of that, I'm gonna show up as the best that I absolutely can.
Right.
And what happens is when I don't love myself, I don't show up the best. And I won't push at certain levels because I don't know if I deserve it or not.
Right.
When I trickle back to love, I go, well, what affects the love? And the effect of love is usually respect. If I respect someone, I can love them. I don't have anybody in my life that I love that I don't have respect for. And I go, what makes me lose love for myself, a lack of respect? What if we lose respect for myself? A lack of following through on my word. So if I follow through on my word to myself, I respect myself. If I respect myself, I love myself. I love myself, I do certain things to be great in the world of how I show up, which makes me a great husband, great father, great everything. So what you're talking to is kind of that same psychological flow of you got to earn it. You got to lock in. You got to do the stuff when you know you don't want to do it. Because if you drink that drink that you have on Fridays, but you know you didn't get everything done, like it hits different in terms of like, I don't know if I should have had that.
It does, because we're stacking proof of who we are or who we're not all the time.
Truth.
All the time. So I'd rather stack undeniable proof that I am who I say I am.
Hell yeah.
And when you do something like that, okay, let's say you had that drink and you probably weren't ready for it. How easy is it then to make 2, 3, 4 drinks, 5 drinks, and then, oh, you know what? That whole day was lost. I feel kind of sorry for myself. I'm in this shit mood now. And now maybe tomorrow I'm not going to do anything. We go down this slippery slope.
Quickly, yeah.
Very quickly. And we start to stack proof in our own head. This isn't even for anyone else to see. We start to stack proof in our own head that maybe we're full of crap.
Yeah.
But if we go the other route and we start stacking this proof that we are who we say we are, people see that, especially those we live with.
Yeah.
You show up and they're like, man, that's my dad right there.
Yeah,
You know? Like,
yeah, and everybody needs a cool dad, man.
Everyone needs a
Everybody
cool dad.
does. Like, there's nothing to it. The one thing that I wish my kids would have been able to see me play when I played in the NFL.
Yeah, how
Now
cool would
they
that be,
watched me
yeah.
do the American Ninja Warrior thing. I did that for a couple of years
Oh,
and
cool.
did pretty well.
Yeah.
But it is. My wife, she runs track now. She actually she set some world records for her age group for masters track at a 4x2 and 4x4.
Cool.
I get to do like the speaking thing, but the beauty is when you do live in that way, I think that's the best programming of kids.
Totally.
To like have them genuinely watch their parent be respected, to be cool, to be talked
Right.
about. Like there's no substitute for that, and every parent can do that. It's just a matter of how hard they're willing to work and earn it.
That's right, because kids don't give a shit what we say.
Not at all.
They don't.
No.
They learn by watching what we do. So I learned this from Sean Whalen. 2 words: show them.
Yeah.
Show them. You don't even have to narrate. You don't have to explain a lot of the times. Just if they see, like my little one knows that she's only gone to the gym with me a few times.
Yeah.
But how many times has she heard me say, give her a kiss, I'm going to the gym?
Yeah.
She's 5. Thousands of times at this time.
Yeah.
By this time.
Yeah.
And so she knows that's a thing.
Yeah.
And so now sometimes, like, it might be 8 o'clock at night, maybe when we're not ready for it, she'll want to do her exercises. She has her core things she likes to do. She can do push-ups and like all these different
That's
things, and
awesome.
she'll make up dancing and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's because I showed her that I go to the gym all the time.
Yep.
I showed her how important it is for me to take care of myself. And now she wants to do that.
Yeah.
Mom is in great shape too. Mom doesn't like going to the gym, but she still goes.
Yeah.
And the little one knows that too. So
Yeah.
she knows that there's something there, and you can see it taking place.
That's how you do it. You have to just live it. It's really as simple as it is.
Yeah.
It's really not that easy.
No, it's
That's the
not,
part.
especially consistently. Because
Yeah.
anyone can crash through like a challenge or like,
Sure.
a crash diet or something like that. But to consistently eat a certain way, work yourself out, and have your kids follow
Yeah.
consistently, because those little kids, they'll wear us out.
Yeah, they will.
Like, man, they
mine are
want
old
something,
now.
like, they won't stop pressing until they get it.
Yeah.
But like in my house, we removed all that temptation. We don't have Pop-Tarts, we don't have cereal, we don't have chips, we don't have all the stuff candy that she wants.
Yeah.
But it's not like she's, miserable because of it. It's just not there.
Exactly.
She has her egg in the morning. She eats fruit. She eats meat. She eats what we eat. And that's just her normal life now.
I guess it's not that hard. I think it's
not.
hard now for people to unravel what they've built up.
Correct.
But if you unravel it, actually becomes more fluid and smooth. It's simple. Like our house, kind of the same way. When it's the norm and everybody's doing it in your household, like that's the focal point. It's like the focal point's going for, like on our off days, we'll go like a track workout for the family. We're gonna go take off and we'll just go to the track and run around. But that's the norm. People think my sister, she's like, you guys are crazy. Who goes to the track for fun? I'm like, I guess we do. Like, and we're building a gym in that back. Like, that's what we do. And if that becomes your normal, there's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with that. If you're healthy and you're happy, and even all the studies show that physical fitness promotes mental health amazingly. Like,
totally.
just gotta do more of it without having to do it just for fat loss or to look sexy, but to feel sexy.
And to break that norm, there's one thing I try to do all the time. I will, without even telling my wife or anything, I'll just think about it. I'll start to rearrange the house. Even if it doesn't make sense to where we want to move something.
Yeah.
Because when you have that psychological break of ooh, this is how everything used to be, you see the house differently.
Yeah.
You start to analyze things differently. And then if I'm like, hey, you know what? I think we should start to do this. Or I think we should ditch that or whatever. It's easier.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so easy to fall into our routines, especially with bad habits.
Yeah, it is.
This happens in fitness all the time. Even if you're on a fitness plan, how easy is it to go to the gym, do the sets, do the reps, hit the weights, check it off. After a while, you're like, you don't even realize if no one tells you, you're like, oh shit, did I even earn it today?
Yeah.
Did I even work that hard? I got everything done, but oh man. No, your body gets used to it.
Yeah.
It happens with our own habits. It happens at home. So I think we need to always, have an ability to step back, maybe even every month, every quarter.
A little bit, push it.
Yeah, and be like, you know what? Maybe I need a major change in the house.
Yeah.
Maybe I need a major change in the gym. Maybe I'm just kind of going through the motions, and that's why I'm not seeing any results now.
Yeah, I agree, man. We could talk about this for hours and hours and hours.
For hours.
Literally, I'm like, every time you're talking, I got amazing stories and thoughts and ideas.
Yeah.
And all the same stuff. Because I tell my son all the time, you're going to the weight room. We have a weight room at the house, and his buddies come over, and I train them at the house. I do it for free because I want to give back to this group of kids. But if they don't show up, sometimes he wouldn't work out. And I go, what are you doing? Well, my so-and-so didn't come. I go, you realize that greatness isn't like a team thing. It's not a community. It's like a solo job. You're the one that has a gym at the house. They should look at you and go, this dude probably has a gym at the house. But they're not. So if you're only doing it when they're around, that's a problem. You got to find a way to lean in and do it on your own.
Right.
But the biggest thing I say is you guys can all be there at the exact same time, exact same workout, exact same reps and sets, but someone comes out stronger because someone gives more in those sets and reps.
That's right.
So you can't check boxes to be great. You got to work to be great.
That's right.
So we're in the same mindset, my friend.
Yeah.
2 final questions. First question is, where can people go to find out more about you, about the Earn It All brand, all that fun stuff you guys are up to?
My Instagram is Justin J. Cross. So you can look up Justin Cross. If you type in Justin Cross, Earn Your Booze on Google, there's gonna be 1,000 hits. So that's an easy way there. But earnitall.com is our website.
Cool.
So anywhere that you see Earn Your Booze or Earn It All, if you shoot an email or a DM, it's gonna get back to me.
Awesome. All right, here's the last question. Somebody posed to me one time, and I love asking people because it was through me, and maybe it'll throw you. Somebody asked this question. It goes, what promise did God or the Creator make to the world when they created you?
Say it again. That's good.
Yeah. What promise did God or the Creator make to the world when they created you?
Wow. You're right. That is.
Yeah, he threw me. He's got him JR. He threw me for. I was like, oh.
Thanks, JR.
Yeah. Right.
Man, I believe that when he created me, he instilled a couple traits in me that I use all the time. One of them being that I truly care about people. I really like people. We lead, with science within our fitness program, but the main thing that I think that I love the most is the heart. We actually care about helping people.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've experienced my whole life. I've been able to get along with people from, you name it, every walk of life, every religion, every ethnicity, people that are super crazy and people that are really calm and everything in between.
Yeah.
So I think maybe if I can put anything out about me that maybe is unique about me, it's to really take that situational leadership and communication and really just try to understand other people so you can actually communicate with them, understand them, help them, and be a positive force in their life. Because too many people get in a box, then they assume that this guy's in this kind of box and she's in that kind of box, and I automatically don't like you because of this one thing. It's like, no, dude, stop all the labels.
Yeah.
and truly look at this person, listen to this person, talk to this person, because I think that's the easiest way for us to just really make just a better society.
I agree. Cohesive conversation. It's okay to entertain an idea without accepting it, and the existence of your belief is not an attack on my belief.
Dude, absolutely. Especially we're in an election year.
Yeah.
Imagine how many people are at each other's throats for one reason or another. It's like, dude, chances are if you sat down with this person that you say you hate on Instagram and talked with them, you might be great friends.
You could. I got great friends.
You might go to the gym together. You might, whatever you like to do together.
I think that's the thing. Is like if you only around people that do what you do and talk how you talk, after a while you miss out on the beauty of life. The beauty of life is the difference.
Right.
So we're kindred there, man. Thank you. I appreciate you coming on.
Yes,
Genuinely, I'm not just saying like thank you so much for coming out. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. You could have been anywhere. You could have been watching cat videos and who knows what. But you got to come join us for this conversation. Two things. First thing is, if something in this episode benefited you, take that thing and apply it as quickly as possible. You know, the big, was a wristband here say
action over words.
Action over words. Go do something with what you heard, because that's going to provide for you way more information you could read in any books, to be quite honest. Second thing is, if you know somebody who needs to hear the words that came out of Justin's mouth, you need to send this episode to them. Hit the link to share, put it in their inbox, or just put it on your feed. Who knows? You never know who can grab this. The simple listen and change your lives. Literally could. Make sure you go check out earnitall.com. And if you want to know more about how to do what we do, which is a dark work experience, go to darkwork.com. That's it, man. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time as well. And as always, go out into the world and do the dark work so you can shine in the light. It's Anthony Trucks and Justin Cross. I'm signing off.